President Ram Nath Kovind visits Atal Tunnel Rohtang, says future of nation connected with ATR. United Nations General Assembly adopts India-sponsored resolution on multilingualism, mentions Hindi language for first time. Assam Cabinet takes several key decisions including settlement of indigenous landless families, transformation of Batadrava Than, among others. Meghalaya initiates preservation and promotion project for 6,000-year-old rice species in Garo Hills. And in chess, India's Grandmaster R. Pragyananda wins Norway Chess Group A event. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Sukanya Bharadwaj, bringing to you the stories in detail. President Ram Nath Kovind today visited Atal Tunnel Rohtang ATR, which connects Kullu and Lahul Spiti districts on the second and final day of his visit to Himachal Pradesh. On his arrival, President was accorded a traditional welcome at Sishu helipad in Lahul Spiti. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur welcomed him by presenting him with a Thanka Paiting. Governor Rajendra Arlekar and State Minister Ramlal Makhanwale also presented on the occasion. President Kovind visited Atal Tunnel from north portal of Lahore Valley to south portal of Kullu district. After visiting the ATR, Mr. Kovind expressed his happiness over the extremely sophisticated construction of the tunnel. He said the future of the nation is connected with ATR. He added that more the infrastructure increases, the more the nation will progress. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the government has brought in several reforms which have furthered of doing business. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said many outdated laws which slowed growth have been removed, with the mantra of reform, perform and transform. India has emerged as the fastest growing major economy in the world. Prime Minister Modi has shared details of reforms during the last 8 years in the field of ease of doing business and for spreading widespread prosperity and encouraging entrepreneurship. He shared MyGov tweet thread and articles from his website and Namo app. The BJP registered a win 8 out of 16 Rajya Sabha seats in the 4 states, while Congress bagged 5 seats in the fiercely contested battle. The biennial elections to Upper House of Parliament were held for 6 seats in Maharashtra, 4 each in Karnataka and Rajasthan, along with 2 seats in Haryana yesterday. The results for all 4 states were declared early morning today. In Maharashtra, where counting of votes was hugely delayed, the ruling alliance of Shiv Sena, Sharad Pawar's NCP and the Congress won 3 out of 6 seats, while the BJP bagged 3 seats. The BJP winners include Union Minister Piyush Goyal, former State Minister Anil Bonde and party leader Dhananjay Mahadik. In Karnataka, the BJP won 3 seats and the Congress got 1 seat. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, actor politician Jaggesh and MLC Lehar Singh Siroya have been elected to Rajya Sabha from BJP, while the Congress Jairam Ramesh won the remaining 1 seat.
उनका तहे दिल से तीनों उम्मीदवार की तरफ से धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा और मैं समझता हूं जिस कुशलता के साथ पूरी पार्टी एकजुट होकर सभी आमदार सभी उसमें हमारे कार्यकर्ता जो लगे थे उन सभी ने ये भी दिखा दिया कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ही इस प्रदेश में जनता ने चुनी थी। फिर एक बार
The United Nations General Assembly UNGA has adopted an India-sponsored resolution on multilingualism that mentions the Hindi language for the first time. The resolution passed yesterday urged the United Nations to continue spreading vital communications and messages in both official and non-official languages, including Hindi. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, T.S. Tirumurti, said multilingualism is acknowledged as a basic principle of the United Nations and expressed gratitude to the Secretary General for supporting multilingualism. He said for the first time the Hindi language is mentioned in the resolution besides Bangla and Urdu.
We also thank Secretary General for prioritizing multilingualism. This year, for the first time, the resolution has a mention of Hindi language. The resolution encourages the UN Department of Global Communications to continue disseminating important communications and messages in official as well as in non-official languages, including in Hindi language. The resolution also mentions Bangla and Urdu for the first time. We welcome all these additions.
Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has started on a 3-day visit to Uttar Pradesh from today. On day 1, Mr. Thakur has taken part in various programs in Lucknow and Varanasi. The minister attended a Garib Kalyan Janasabha in Lucknow.
मित्रों, मोदी सरकार के 8 वर्ष पूरे हुए हैं। ये 8 वर्ष सेवा भाव से और सुशासन के माध्यम से गरीब कल्याण के लिए समर्पित रहे। मोदी जी की ये सरकार 100% सशक्तिकरण की ओर ले जाने के लिए प्रयासरत रही और मुझे प्रसन्नता इस बात की हुई कि आप में से ही 2 बहनें यहां पर उठकर आई जिन्होंने अपना अनुभव साझा किया कि जो 70 वर्षों में नहीं हो पाया था वो कैसे 8 वर्षों में मोदी जी की सरकार ने करके दिया है। 3 करोड़ से ज्यादा पक्के मकान हिंदुस्तान में बनाकर दिए। 18,000 गांव जहां पर बिजली नहीं थी वहां बिजली पहुंचा दी गई। 2 करोड़ 60 लाख लोग ऐसे थे जिनके घरों में बिजली नहीं थी, उनको बिजली देने का काम किया। यही नहीं, मात्र 17% ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में नल से जल आता था, अब वो बढ़ाकर 47% कर दिया है। 45 करोड़ लोगों को बैंक खाते खोल कर दिए।
Assam Cabinet held at Tezpur today took several key decisions including settlement for indigenous landless families, transformation of Batadrawa Than, setting up of Freedom Park of Jorhat Jail and new bridges over Huonkhiri and Paglatia among others. Construction of bridge over Huonkhiri at Gunahuti in Lakhimpur district to connect Lakhimpur town with Bebejia will benefit people of Lakhimpur, Dhemaji and Majuli by shortening the distance between Lakhimpur and Dhokwakhana by about 29 kilometers. Construction of bridge over Paglatia river will facilitate direct connectivity between Kumarikata and Naya Basti in Baksa district.
Revamped distribution of power RDSS Guliata scheme তাৰ সহায়ত এই আঁচনি ৰূপায়ণ কৰা হ'ব কেন্দ্ৰ আৰু ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ যৌথ প্ৰচেষ্টাত। ভাৰত চৰকাৰৰ যি মতামত তাৰ পিছত ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰৰ পৃথকে ক'বলগীয়া একো নাথাকে। আমি খালি এইটোৱে নজৰ ৰাখিছোঁ যাতে আমাৰ ৰাজ্যখনত শান্তি শৃংখলতা অটুট ৰাখে আৰু সাম্প্ৰদায়িক সদ্ভাৱৰ পৰিৱেশ উৎপন্ন থাকে।
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today inaugurated a 30-bedded psychiatry ward, child care centre and public waiting shed at Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences in Imphal. According to Singh, the state government's top priority is to provide good health care facilities to the people of the state. He said that over the last 5 years, the healthcare sector has been upgraded to a great extent. The inaugural event was attended by State Health Minister Sapam Ranjan, among others. Mizoram observed the Green Mizoram Day at all district headquarters in the state. On the occasion of Green Mizoram Day, Chief Minister Zoramthanga took to Twitter and wrote, starting at Green Aizawl in 1999, Green Mizoram has come a long way in instilling spirit of environmental protection among the masses. The Chief Minister appealed to the people of the state to plant more trees for a better future, a more beautiful Mizoram. Near about 40 lakh trees have been planted across the state since 1999 on the occasion of Green Mizoram Day. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma today laid foundation stone for the upgradation of the Tikrikela Public Health Centre to Community Health Centre at Kentapara in West Garo Hills district of the state. The Chief Minister also visited Tura Civil Hospital to check health condition of El Sangma and his son. Sangma extended his condolences to them on the loss of 3 of their family members in the tragic landslide in West Garo Hills. The Chief Minister handed over ex gratia of Rs 12 lakh to him. Cabinet Minister, Government of Meghalaya, James P.K. Sangma has initiated a community seed bank project on Thursday for the preservation and promotion of the 6,000-year-old rice species in Sadolpara, West Garo Hills. Partnership with NESFAS and ELP Foundation, Sangma said the idea of the project was also to understand scope for further research and development of the rice species so that large-scale cultivation could be made possible with the help of local communities. Dramatic changes are happening to our biodiversity today due to climate change. The species is currently found in the hill slopes of Sadolpara and are not resource intensive to grow as compared to usual paddy, which requires submergence in large volumes of water. The project launch was attended by farmers of Sadolpara, the local Nokma, researchers from NESFAS and members of the ELP Foundation. In chess, India's grandmaster and top-seeded player R. Pragyananda won the Norway Chess Group A event with 7.5 points from 9 rounds. The 16-year-old GM remained unbeaten through the 9 rounds. He finished the tournament with a win over fellow Indian V. Praneeth yesterday. Pragyananda finished a full point ahead of second-placed I.M. Marshall Efromsky of Israel and I.M. Jungmin Seo of Sweden. Praneeth with 6 points was joined third but was placed 6th due to an inferior tie-break score. Pragyananda also posted wins over Viktor Mikhailevsky, Vitaly Kunin, Mukhavedes Siokrovint, Simen Mutosov and Mithya Uniland. To end the news, the main points once again. President Ram Nath Kovind visits Atal Tunnel Rohtang, says future of nation connected with ATR. United Nations General Assembly adopts India-sponsored resolution on multilingualism, mention Hindi language for the first time. Assam Cabinet takes several key decisions including settlement of indigenous landless families, transformation of Batadrava Than, among others. Meghalaya initiates preservation and promotion project for 6,000-year-old rice species in Garo Hills. And in chess, India's grandmaster R. Pragyananda wins Norway Chess Group A event. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.